So let's go to Chrome. I think Chrome positive impact on humanities is immeasurable for reasons that you just described. On the technology front, the features they present, the competition they created, it's spurred on this wonderful flourishing of web technologies. But anyway, I have to ask you about the recent stuff with the DOJ trying to split up Chrome and Google. Do you think this is a good idea? Do you think this does harm?
It's a disaster. And I say that as someone who's been very sympathetic to the antitrust fight, because I do think we have antitrust problems in technology. But the one place where we don't have them, by and large, is with browsers, is with the tools we use to access the open web. First of all, we have Firefox. Now, Firefox is not doing all that great, and Firefox has been propped up by Google for many years to deter from exactly what's going on with the DOJ, that they were the only game in town. Apple has Safari. I have a bunch of problems with Apple too, but I love Safari. I love the fact that we have a premier browser running on a premier operating system, that people can't turn the web into just a Chrome experience. But I also think that the open web needs this trillion-dollar champion, or at least benefits from it. Maybe it doesn't need it, but it certainly benefits from it. And of all the things that are wrong with monopoly formation in technology, Chrome is the last thing. And this is why I get so frustrated sometimes about the or the monopoly fight, that there are real problems, and we should be focusing on the premier problems first, like the toll booths on our mobile phones. They're a far bigger problem. It's not the open web. It's not the tools that we use to access the open web. If I don't want to use Chrome, if my customers of my businesses that run on the internet don't want to use Chrome, they don't have to. We're never forced to go through it. The open internet is still open. So I think it's a real shame that the DOJ has chosen to pursue Google in this way. I do think there are other things you can nail Google for, and their ad monopoly maybe, or the shenanigans they've done in controlling both sides of the ad ledger, that they both control the supply and the demand. There are problems. Chrome isn't it. And you end up making the web much worse. And this is the thing we always got to remember when we think about legislation, when we think about monopoly fights, is you may not like how things look today, and you may want to do something about it, but you may also make it worse. Mm-hmm. The good intentions behind the GDPR in Europe currently has amounted to what? Cookie banners that everyone on the internet hates, that helps no one do anything better, anything more efficient, that saves no privacy in any way, shape, or form, has been a complete boondoggle that has only enriched lawyers and accountants and bureaucrats.
Yeah, you said that the cookie banner is a monument for why Europe is losing, is doing the worst of all the regions in tech.
It's a monument to good intentions leading straight to hell. And the Europe is actually world class in good intentions leading straight to hell.
So hell is the cookie accept button. They have to accept all cookies. That's what hell looks like. Over and over. You don't actually ever get to the web page.
Just on a human scale, try to imagine how many hours every day are wasted clicking that away, and how much harm we've done to the web as a platform that people enjoy because of them. The internet is ugly in part because of cookie banners. Cookie banners were supposed to save us from advertisement, and advertisement can make the web ugly. There's plenty of examples of that, but cookie banners made the entire internet ugly in one fell swoop. And that's a complete tragedy. But what's even worse, and this is why I call it out as a monument to everything the EU gets wrong, is that we have known this for a decade. No one anywhere who's serious believes that cookie banners does anything good for anyone, yet we've been unable to get rid of it. There's this one piece of legislation that's now, I think, 10 or 12 years old. It's a complete failure on every conceivable metric. Everyone hates it universally, yet we can't seem to do anything about it. That's a bankruptcy declaration for any body of bureaucrats who pretend to make things better for not just citizens, but people around the world. This is the thing that really gets me about cookie banners too. It's not just the EU. It's the entire world. You can't hide from cookie banners anywhere on this planet. If you go to goddamn Mars on one of Elon's rockets and you try to access a webpage, you'll still see a cookie banner. No one in the universe is safe from this nonsense.
Probably the interface on
It'll
the
be
rocket.
even slower. You'll have basically a 150-second ping time. So it'll take you 45 seconds just to get through the cookie banners from Mars.
All right, let's walk back up the stack of this recursive tangents we've been taking. So Chrome, we should say, at least in my opinion, is not winning unfairly. It's winning in the fair way by just being better.
It is. If I was going to steel man the other side just for a half second, people would say, well, maybe yes. Most people do sort of begrudgingly agree that Chrome is a pretty good browser. But then they'll say the reason it got dominance was distribution. And the reason it got distribution was because Google also controls Android and therefore can make Chrome the default browser on all these phones. Now, I don't buy that. And the reason I don't buy that is because on Android, you're actually allowed to ship a different browser that has a browser engine that's not the same as Chrome, unlike on iOS, where if you want to ship a browser, Chrome, for example, ships for iOS, but it's not Chrome. It's Safari wrapped in a dress. And every single alternative browser on iOS have to use the Safari web engine. That's not competition. That's not what happened on Android. Again, I think there are some nuances to it, but if you zoom out and you look at all the problems we have with big tech, Chrome is not it. Chrome won on merits. I begrudgingly have switched to Chrome on that realization alone. As a web developer, I just prefer it. I like Firefox in many ways. I like the ethos of it, but Chrome is a better browser than Firefox, full stop.
And by the way, we've never mentioned Edge. Edge is also a good browser.
Because it's also Chrome in a dress.
But it never gets the love. I don't think I've ever used Bing. And I'm sure Bing is really nice.
Maybe you have, because you know what is Bing in a dress?
What?
DuckDuckGo. Which is actually the search engine that I use. DuckDuckGo gets its search results from Bing, or at least it used to. If they changed that, that would be news to me.
Well, maybe everything is just a wrap or a dress. Everything is wearing a dress. Underneath, there's some other.
There's some
turtles.
of that.
Turtles all dresses all the way down.